If you're looking to propel your Shopify store to 8 figures in just 18 months, this video is for you. I'm going to be breaking down our exact framework at my agency that takes 6 and 7 figure brands to 8 figures in 18 months with a scalable plan of action for your store. Discover how we've done this for other brands and how you can do it for your own brand. Now, we know every e-com store has multiple problems. They seem to be immense, whether it's manufacturing, shipping, fulfillment, COGS, labor costs, cost of advertising going up, cost per new client acquisition increasing. The problems on your plate are massive. And so it's understanding how to take these problems to identify the solutions to help you continue to scale profitably. And that's what our whole premise is increasing the profitability, or at least maintaining profits, so that at the end of the year, when you're doing your P&L, you have money there to either reinvest or to help alleviate some of the stress that you have going on in your life as an e-com founder. So there are problems, right? We just mentioned tracking whether your ads are actually working, your time, how much time is being taken away from you in your personal life, your families, your relationships, the things you used to enjoy doing before starting an e-commerce store, and the fact that you wear too many hats. None of us can be experts in everything, and that's where scaling and maintaining profitability so you can reinvest to more people to help your store grow so that you can accomplish your goal, which I'm sure was not to be working 90 hours a week, staying up till 2 a.m. to talk to your manufacturers in China and dealing with all of the headaches and the SaaS tools in your tech stack to make sure that everything is still running properly. But what comes down to it is that you're lacking sustainable ROI. There are so many issues, and it starts with cash flow and profits. And I keep harping on that because that is the key to answering all of your problems. Positive cash flow that result in profits for your store. But how do you accomplish that with all of the increased acquisition costs? CPMs are going up on Facebook. Google ads are more expensive than ever. TikTok is still not necessarily the answer that everybody hoped it was. Then you have the creative. Trying to maintain creative all the time for your ads to remain at a profitable ROAS. How do you continue to create content when you're already doing all of these other things? And all of those other things actually relate in you not having enough time to do all of it effectively. And that's where the key problem is. It's time and money. How much time and money are you already allocating that you're becoming burnt out and you're over it? And I know this because we deal with this all the time with all of our clients. Scaling your e-com brand is not about just making more sales. If you have to pay for every new customer that comes into your store, depending on what your margins are, you might even be losing money on that first sale. But unless you truly understand the finances around your store, you're trying to hit a moving target. And that moving target is always going to be moving. If you hit 1 million, the problem doesn't go away. If you hit 3 million, the problem does not go away. It's the fact that understanding the finances and how they contribute to your ad spend, your revenue, and your brand is going to be the key in figuring all of this out. And that's what we're getting into today. 8 steps to 8 figures in 18 months. We've done it before. It works. Stay tuned with me, and I'm going to show you the exact framework that we've developed over the last 7 years in business. And within this framework, what we dive into is our 8 steps. There's the creative aspect to make sure that you have the ability to constantly create new assets that actually convert new customers, direct response. It's a juggle between all of these things because from your perspective right now where you're at, you are trying to manage your ads and juggle between creative effectiveness and efficiencies and the results that they're bringing in to bring in that positive cash flow for your business. These things are problematic. They happen to every single founder. And that's where the key to understanding a true roadmap to your goals is super important so that you can then go back to doing some of the things that you enjoy doing: fishing, hunting, bike riding, vacations, time with your kids, time with your wife, all of these things that have unfortunately taken a backseat to your business and your store because you're wearing all of these hats and you don't truly know what direction to go, what's working, what's not. We all understand the attribution problems. You don't know anymore. You're just trying to keep your head above water to make sure payments are made, orders are being placed. Manufacturing, are you on net 30 payments, net 15 payments? Are you pay on order when you place your order to get all of your product inventory? Well, how quickly do you need to sell all of that inventory to recoup any profits? But if your average order value and the cost of advertising is becoming too high, you're actually never going to recoup your profits, and that is the problem. So let's keep going. Stay with me. We're going to get into each and every step in orders with examples on exactly what to do. I hope you guys are finding this video useful. If these things hit to where you are right now and you want to book a call with us, click the link below, speak to one of our team members. Be happy to talk to it. If you're a DIY kind of person, let's get right into these 8 steps. So here's just some quick examples of different brands that we've worked with that we've been able to take this entire process. You can see November 1st to November 30th, 115,000 and change in sales. You can see right here, January 1st to November 30th, we took a brand from 0 to 1.2 million by the end of the year. You can see right here, June 1st to July 31st, 2 months, we took this brand to $1.2 million. This one right here, January 1st to January 25th of this year, 2024, $74,000 for that period of time, a 68% increase. We literally doubled their business. And then this one right here, November 1st to November 30th, 42% increase, $986,000 in sales. This is what we do. This is how we grow stores. We take this framework that we have developed over the years and we have made it work for countless brands. So all of these things that we just reviewed, average order value, lifetime value, ads aren't converting, creative isn't happening fast enough at an effective enough process, your shipping costs, your margins, all of your variable costs before your operating expenses, all of these things, and most founders still don't know what I'm about to share with you today. They simply think that running ads at a 2x or 3x is going to be the way they completely transform and scale their business. But unfortunately for you and them, they're wrong. But luckily, we're getting into all of it today. It is going to blow your mind. It's the most effective way of growing businesses. 8 steps. It will take time, but there needs to be a synergy between your finance, your creative, your automation, and most importantly, effective marketing to actually scale your store. If you keep watching, I promise, I'm going to walk you through all 8 steps to getting to the goal of 8 figures while maintaining your profitability. But before we get into all that, for compliance purposes, I need to tell you, I want to make a few things crystal clear. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a sit around and do absolutely nothing and you click a button and you're going to make money. This will not teach you how to be a guru. I'm not one of those. I'm an agency owner. I don't sell courses. I do coaching, live one-on-one once in a while, but for the most part, we are an agency that scales these stores. I'm giving you all of this information absolutely free, nothing to sign up for afterwards, no course that's going to give you the secret after you've watched this entire video. This is how to grow stores through the process that we've done multiple times over and over. And just so we're all on the same page, the results and the clients I've shown you and the process we take is not normal. Our clients work unbelievably hard for all of the results they get. They work hard for their businesses, and my team are absolute diehards when it comes to getting results for our clients. So this is not easy, but I'm going to show you the steps and then you can take it from there. But if you're already saying this is too much, this is way too much information, these are too many steps, even though there's only 8, you can click the link down in the description of this video. You can get a 45-minute discovery call with one of our team members where we'll talk through your margins, your AOV, your lifetime value, how much you're spending on ads, and help you guys to see if maybe we'd be a good fit to implement our 8-step system. So in order to do this, in order to really grow your business to where you want it to be, it's going to take hard work and a different way of thinking. We live for this. We understand all of this. We have a team that does this every single day. So if you hate Facebook ads, if you hate Google ads, if you hate creative ideation and thinking through all of these things that are going to get your brand ahead, if you don't like Clavio and email automation and email copywriting or budgeting or forecasting and despise marketing in general, be prepared to learn to love all of it. because these are the keys to growing your store. So the first step in our 8-step process, you've waited this whole time to get to these. First, it's understanding your numbers, knowing all of your variable costs, your operating expenses, your MER, your COGS, your lifetime value, your average order value. This is the first step in even our discovery calls before we get into anything else, is to understand all of these metrics to determine the lifeblood of your business in your products. The second step is websites and landing pages for either multiple SKUs or your highest selling SKU products. This is really important, especially when it comes to advertising, because I guarantee most of you drive to your homepage or your collection page. But what is the product that's selling the absolute most across your store that should have a dedicated landing page that you can then run ads to from ads about that specific product? Super important step of this process. So that's going through the lifetime of your business to determine which are those highest selling products. Not what you think they are, what they actually are. Third step, amazing creative. And I don't say that needs to be a $50,000 or $60,000 production. I'm talking creative that sells your products. What are the unique selling propositions? What are the values? What are the pain points that are solving for your customers? Understanding all of that and the bricks and the scripts that are going to be the sellers of those products. Fourth step, Clavio automations and campaign planning. Look at the entire month in the entire year. What are the different time frames that you need to sell more, because historically they don't sell very much? Taking all of that information and planning out ahead of time so that you're not just randomly sending an email on a Wednesday afternoon hoping to boost some sales for that week. All of this needs to be planned out. Number 5, business strategy and planning. Once all of these steps have gone into play, it's understanding how much cash flow is coming through your business, when to order more inventory, when to send out discounts and offers. All of these things have to be done from the business planning side of it, separate from the marketing. Next step is Facebook ads done correctly, cost cap bidding, automated bidding, dynamic creative, Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, all of these things working together to determine the effectiveness. Looking at attribution windows, click-through rates, CPMs, cost per clicks, cost per purchase, new customer acquisition costs. All of these things are going to be critical when you're running paid media. 7th is Google ads and making sure that all of these campaigns are structured and you're only advertising to the products that are actually going to sell. And then last, finance data entry. Cash flow documents, summarized P&Ls to determine your MER, your AMER, your contribution margin, all of these things that really is the heartbeat of your business so that you can continue to pump and scale. These are the 8 steps. Screenshot this right here so that you know this is what you have to work with to grow your store to 8 figures. So you might be wondering, okay, that's a ton of information. And if you keep watching, I'm going to show you how to do each of these things. So stay tuned. We're getting into it momentarily. But first, you might be wondering, well, who is this for realistically? So this is for Shopify direct-to-consumer brand owners and founders who are absolutely exhausted churning through agencies that don't take into account the financial side of your business, the variable expenses, and they just can't seem to deliver profitable results. They might not be able to deliver profitable results because paid media might not be the profitable way of growing your business. If that's the case, it's more of a business strategy conversation and how to increase your margins or your AOV with cross-sells and upsells and discounts from the manufacturer at different minimum order quantities. But if you have margin and you're sick of the churn, this is for you. You're exhausted staying up to date with Google and Facebook updates and new advertising platforms and all of these things that are just taking the excitement out of you being the brand owner. You're generating at least $25,000 in gross revenue. And I say that because you need an ad budget in order to scale your store. So if you're at a $10,000 mark, you need to keep figuring it out. Keep watching my YouTube videos. They will help you keep figuring it out. But if you're at that $25,000 to $30,000 gross revenue per month, you are primed and ready to take the next step to scale your store. Don't be scared. it's time to go. You're feeling like your e-com success, that dream of being able to get the notifications on your phone of the Shopify cash register going off all the time. You feel like it's starting to slip away. You don't know what to do anymore. You're just kind of lost. This is for you. These 8 steps will transform your business. And honestly, we all know that hiring has become more and more expensive, and to find the right people means you have to go through 10 other people, which is becoming so expensive just because of LinkedIn and Indeed job postings, let alone all of the time and resources you've allocated to continually finding the wrong person. And then you're just not a direct response marketer. You don't truly understand how to get someone to click on an ad and convert right then and there. All of these things are a culmination of how busy the internet has gotten in growing brands. That's why these steps are here to help you. So you might be wondering, well, who are you? My name's Chris Marrano. I'm the founder of Bluewater Marketing. I'm an e-com owner. My brand was acquired. I've been doing this for over 15 years now. I've worked for Fortune 500 businesses. I've worked at the largest agency in the world, number 2 best the years that I was there. My agency manages millions of dollars of ad spend every single month and year, and we've generated millions of dollars for our clients. We've been in business since 2017. At the end of the day, I'm a marketing nerd. I want to help as many people as I can accomplish the goals that they have. And there's nothing more that I love than watching our clients' results skyrocket month over month with continuous best months ever. This is what we do. It's truly the passion behind it. I sold my e-com brand so I could continue focusing on growing other stores. This is what we do, and that's what I'm here. So here are the 8 steps to 8 figures. The first step for anybody in that entry-level phase of the 30 to 50K a month, first step is a Shopify website. This might seem super elementary. If it is, skip with the chapters below to get a little farther ahead. But what we find is that most businesses are able to get to around that $500,000 to $1 million mark with that do-it-yourself type Shopify store. There's enough orders coming through to get you to that gross revenue number, but as we continue to scale stores, we find an immense value in a new website that has a full understanding of what theme you've selected, the apps that you're using, the product page layouts, where does the button description go, where does the CRO or conversion rate optimization play into the previous data that you've gathered from your $1 million in gross. From there, how are collection pages laid out? How are we making the user experience and the user interface design or UI so perfect that people are converting at a 2-3% on your store? And then lastly, usually we need a creative revamp in terms of the copywriting itself. Most likely, if you're at that mark, you did most of the copywriting yourself. You wrote your product descriptions. As the founder, are you an expert copywriter? Probably not. So taking all of this information, it's really important to then revamp all of these things for this next chapter in your business. Some of the apps that we use on Shopify are reconvert.io, which is going to help with upsells and cross-sells and post-purchase upsells. We use Looks for all of our reviews, automated, send out, get content, get images, get videos. Clavio, which we'll get into more further down. Facebook and Instagram shops, obviously. Google and YouTube apps, all should be connected. Google actually helps then connect your Merchant Center account, which will then help to run Google ads and Google shopping ads and Google Performance Max, which again, we'll get into in one of the future steps. All right, so like I said, we're doing Shopify and landing pages. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm not just going to tell you what you need to do. I want to actually show you. So we're going to dive into a few different Shopify stores that are doing a fantastic job on conversion rates, design, structure, layout, all of the things that you need to do in order to increase your conversion rate, which is a valuable and vital piece of this step. So we're on PonyJet, theponyjet.com. Right off the bat, effortless, stress-free horse grooming. Super random topic or products, but they're doing a phenomenal job with branding and everything in their store. Right off the bat, 400 verified 5-star reviews. effortless, stress-free horse grooming. So we know exactly what they do. Gain time in the saddle, save money on shampoo, made with sensitive horses in mind. Now the USP is right there. We know that these are the advantages to using this effortless, stress-free horse grooming. First thing, bestsellers. Putting it right on top. That's what I talked about a minute ago when we're going over the products and SKUs with the most amount of orders. They are putting that right on the top. Another trust builder. What equestrians, like you were saying? Equestrians. They're not talking about people who are just like interested in horses. Like they know who their target audience is. They're speaking exactly to them, and they're using the verbiage in their website copy. The brand story. So now there's a face to the brand, which is a variable. You don't have to be the face of your brand, but you do need a story to tell. So they're doing a phenomenal job there. Again, bestseller right on top. No product page. You don't need to go there. All of the benefits, once again, how does it work? Shipping, refunds and returns, more time or your money back. More time or your money back. And then we get into the full experience where now there's the bigger sell. So you've been sold the initial products on the top. Now you're being sold the bigger products on the bottom. Oh, and now they also have a doggy jet, yard packages, and then Get Social. A lot of brands these days are putting their social Instagram feed. There's an app for that on Shopify. It's free to use. And then you have their layout. So we have the hoof jet. My horse is always muddy. Hooves. They're going with a verified customer testimonial at the top of their product page. They're doing phenomenal hoof jet. Then they're doing before and after. They're doing a GIF or video, product itself, and them versus others. Them versus others is also an ad that is absolutely crushing on Facebook right now. You don't actually need to tell your competitor's name, but super important. Awesome to see these guys doing this. There you go. More social proof, more images, more description of what it is. Happy horse, save time, deep clean, no mess, before, after. Pretty drastic. And then go viral on TikTok. More social proof. These guys are actually crushing it. And then they're even giving an ebook or guide. Grab mine. What's going to happen? And it went right into my cart. Pony Jet 2.0. Comes with the guide. Cart. Revealed inside. Our promise. Again, that satisfaction guarantee. More trust. FAQs, try yours risk-free, more social proof. These guys are absolutely crushing it on the D2C space. Going to another brand, pickleball brand. These guys have built a pretty amazing brand in the pickleball space. Right off the bat, Valentine's Day deal, 2 for 25% off. Then their best-selling products here. Then we're going down. The paddle nerds have spoken. All of the reviews of people on YouTube, social media, reviewing their paddles. Accessories, one of their best-selling products. More products, more different accessories and upsells, custom paddles, more accessories, headwear, B&B 40, ball, more clothes. And these guys are absolutely crushing it in their space. From here, we have Myro, which is a body wash and deodorant kit, Pro Planet Pro U. So they are natural. They are focused on the environment. Starter kits. Again, starter kits. We keep seeing these same things happening again. So what are the entry-level products that you can get a new customer into your business and into your email so you can sell them down the line? Starter kit, 2 cents, make it yours, sulfate-free. Going again to those USPs. Trust builders, obsession worthy. It works. Forbes, Hype Bay, Ask Men, why you're going to love it. So again, going back to those USPs, this is how you need to think about your website. Are you just selling a product or are you invoking some type of emotion? And then another website, Prickly, it is a drink for hydration. Shop now, featured on, again, trust builders, animations, sustainable, natural hydration. Prickly's made from drought-resistant fruits on earth. Prickly pear cactus, hydration, immunity, recovery, skincare. Again, I can't stress this enough. This is all about the USP. It's not about selling a product. It's about solving a problem. Keep this in mind for when you are truly taking that step back and looking at your website. Are you accomplishing these things? So I hope you guys found that website overview interesting enough that you guys have the ability to now take that step back. Are you selling a problem or are you selling a product? That is what you need to truly keep in mind to determine, is your store able to generate a higher conversion rate, higher AOV by incorporating starter kits, accessories, and the problem that you are solving. From there, you now have a new website built. You're solving a problem. You're selling to your audience. Remember the equestrians, people who are looking for healthy alternatives, deodorant and skincare, people who are looking for amazing pickleball paddles, people who are looking for some hydration that actually helps with the earth because it's a more natural, abundant resource. What is the story you're telling and what is the problem you're solving? Those two things. With that, you now have a new website. From here, we need to truly identify which products are selling the most at the highest frequency. Those pages are going to get single SKU landing pages. Those ones are going to be the ones that are advertised to, re-engage with, remarketing, all these different factors. The key to your single SKU landing pages are headlines that convert. Craft compelling headlines that bring that emotion. What is the immediate problem that you're solving? Experience revolutionary comfort with our ergonomic chair. That is what they're getting. Amazing comfort with the product. Showcase high quality images and videos of the product in use. We just saw that on one of the previous websites, the horse hoof cleaner. Focus on the content and how it addresses specific needs or problems that your target audience has. Bring about the feelings in their life or experiences, include social proof, and include clear, benefit-driven call to actions. Buy now to enjoy unmatched comfort. These things are invoking emotion call to actions. It's not just buy now. It's buy now and feel the best chair you've ever felt in your life. These are the things that make landing pages convert higher than just a standard buy now call to action. From there, going back to the us versus them, detail what sets the product apart from the competitors. Don't just say, hey, we're better than this competitor. No, you need to actually describe what makes them different. So that means you need to do the market research to figure out what your competitors are doing that you're doing better. Then introduce limited time offers. Those different things will also help with increasing the conversion rate. Summarize the key benefits and features and display clear contact information. So here are a few amazing single SKU landing pages. This one's from Chamberlain Coffee for the cold brew connoisseur. And actually, it's funny because I'm just drinking regular Dunkin' Donuts right now. Get the XL cold brew 25% off. Okay, going back to my tips, that is the first thing. The offer is right there. Okay, shop now, social proof, 354 reviews, verified reviewer, blown away by the cold brew, seriously want to buy as many bags as possible, I can't stop drinking it, more social proof. Chamberlain coffee is always sustainably and ethically sourced from the world's best coffee regions, handcrafted and USDA organic, made in small batches by a master roaster. Okay, going back to the USPs, that is their USP. Our cold brew is a bestseller for a reason. So now they're also saying their cold brew is literally a bestseller. Now we have more videos, more social proof, that's social engagement, bundle and save now. So going back, another reiteration of an offer. Going back to caffeine strength, tasting notes, sustainably and ethically sourced from where they are. We have product image. We have product video. We have another product image that looks delicious. And then we have another product image. Also goes into how to use. More social proof. Here's a recipe. More social proof. Shop the bundle. Here's the bigger version of that. All of these different things make these landing pages super important. They've done a phenomenal job. Let's check out another one. This is another coffee supply company. Imagine the V60 pour over and French press had a baby. So if you're a coffee connoisseur, apparently you know what the V60 pour over and the French press are. And so you're combining these two. Smooth boldness, Vietnamese grown coffee, 2 times more caffeine, 60% less sugar, more antioxidants, 3,200 reviews. USPs, social proof. Bundle and save up to 30% off. More social proof. You'll be a Vietnamese coffee expert in no time. More USPs. Here's how it hits different. Shop the daily drip. So again, we're looking at the same framework on both of these. Yes, both coffee, different products. One's coffee, one's more of the, press associated with it. But both of these things have very similar frameworks. USP, call to action, benefits, social proof, more USP, more benefits, call to actions, product. These are the frameworks for those high selling SKUs for your store. So that's step 1, website and landing page. So step 1A, step 1B, new website, really looking at it. Are you speaking to your ideal audience? Have you even identified your ideal audience? Those are the things that are really important. From there, understanding your margins, your finance, so that you can feed in different offers into your landing pages so that you can be more direct in your advertising efforts. So important. If you're already lost and you want to talk to somebody on my team, click the link down in the description. We'd be happy to review all of this with you, come up with a growth plan for you. We do fixed retainers, no variable costs, none of this. We've taken all of the results that we've gotten for our clients, honed them in to be very specific for 3-tier pricing based on where you are in your business. We want to help. Give us a call. If not, let's get into step 2. This one might seem like we're putting the cart in front of the horse, but we're not. The next step is to create amazing ads. And as we go through this, you're going to see even some of the biggest brands out there are running high frequency, low cost production ads. That is the key to winning on social media, Facebook ads in 2024. And what I'm imagining forward, you don't have to spend $60K on a production anymore. High frequency, meaning a ton of creative at a low production cost. The goal is to get in the habit of creating, not creating the perfect ad. Let me reiterate that. The goal is to get in the habit of creating, not creating the perfect ad. We all have our perception on what works, what doesn't work, what's successful, what's going to be the thing that absolutely crushes. But the key is, until we put that to market and see how the audience engages with that, we actually don't know, which is why high frequency, more creative, less production. So you can create faster without worrying about DPs, videos, renting camera gear, production, studios, all of those things. Get creative on creating creative. The key to this is that Facebook, the algorithm has completely changed since the iOS 14.5 update. We used to be able to target so granular. We used to be able to target certain demographics, all these different interest behaviors, lookalike audiences, custom audiences, all these combinations of people that would work really well. All of a sudden, we're gone. So now, creative is king. The key is creative testing. So how do we do it? I'm going to get into my 4 favorite types of creative right now. Static image ads. These are my 4 creative ads that you should be running. Before and after split screens, which is what we actually just saw in step 1 on the hoof jet. Us versus them comparisons. Funny enough, we saw that exact same thing, and then features and benefits. Those are your static image ads. So you want to have an image of your product and somewhere creatively incorporating before or after us versus them in features and benefits, all 3 separate types of ads. From there, user-generated content. So if you're running user-generated content, you don't want to just give the user or the creator the free reign to do whatever they want. You need to script out all of these ads. You want to have your problem, agitate, solution, framework, different hooks, different call to actions, and different body to incorporate into the script itself. Then we have creator generated content. Those would be more of the people who have a pretty massive following, and they can then create all of your content. And then sale images. These ones are that re-engagement, retargeting ads that will be the sale, the offer, the hook to get someone to click and buy. Generally, what we find is these ones work way better on bottom of the funnel or middle of the funnel, people who have already engaged with the brand, opposed to completely top of the funnel. If it's complete top of the funnel, we've already discounted the value that they're understanding from a branding perspective, that like, this is the first time I'm seeing this ad and they're already giving me 20% off. It doesn't really invoke that. Whereas if you're re-engaging and remarketing to people who have already engaged with your brand, understand the value proposition, those are going to be more effective than just top of the funnel sale ads. And then content planning. So content planning is going to be really important as you start to develop the strategy behind your business. That is where use a calendar like this to determine product launches, different reviews coming through, user generated content that are going, and you're kind of using your business's calendar as the content calendar for more ads. Back in stock ads, yes. Image ads, 1920 by 1080 video and image for retargeting. This is going live. This is kind of the concept that we need to plan along with it. Valentine's Day coming up. Valentine's bundle deal is ending on the 24th. New colorways are coming out on the 27th. All of these different things are how you're able to take your plan of business. When are you putting in new orders? When are new products coming out? New colorways, new t-shirts, whatever it is you're selling on your store. You use these moments to run specific campaigns to boost the sales that otherwise would have just been that evergreen ad schedule. Those are really important to keep in mind. Now, as you can see, I'm looking at ButcherBox ads, and they're doing exactly what I'm saying to do. You have look what you save. When you choose one, get one free for a year. There's your offer. There's a variation. You have the vertical and you have the square ads. From here, you can see the immense amount of ads that they're running. A number of different offers. Free organic chicken thighs, free for a year. Choose your free offer. All of these call to actions are associated with a different value that they are selling. Now, remember, with ButcherBox, they have a huge lifetime value because people generally stay with them for months on end. You might have a different business model where you can't just be doing offers all the time. From here, scrolling down, now you can see the immense amount of UGC content scripted out correctly.
We have personally been ButcherBox fans for years. It's high quality meat, seafood, chicken, delivered straight to your door, carbon neutral shipping, all recyclable materials. But the good stuff is inside. I personally hate going to the grocery store and searching for the cut that I want. Now they don't have it, and if they do, it looks kind of shady, don't know where it came from. ButcherBox does all that heavy lifting for you. These are grass-fed, grass-finished. You can just pop them in the freezer so that you have protein whenever you need it.
So first thing that I want to just go over,
ButcherBox fans for
we have been fans for years. So again, building social proof, delivered straight to your door, taking out any, friction of frustration in regards to making a purchase. Carbon neutral shipping, all recyclable materials. That hits home to the people who are a little bit more familiar or need some green in their life. The good side, personally, I hate going to the grocery store and searching for the cut that I want. They look kind of shady. I don't know where it came from. ButcherBox does all the heavy lifting for you. These are grass-fed, grass-finished. You can just pop them in the freezer so you have protein whenever you want. Choose your plan. These are the ads that are converting because you're talking about all of those pain points that we all experience going to the grocery store. You see all the water in the bottom of the chicken, it looks disgusting. Well, ButcherBox solves that problem. So when you're creating your ads or you're thinking about creating your ads, it's really important to keep those things in mind. Here's another brand, Liam & Company. Still looking for 10% off? There's their retargeting. Did you just forget something in your cart? There's your retargeting. Affordable daily essentials. Explore our collection. So they're going to affordable collection. They're running all these different image ads with benefits. Biggest sale ever, just $15. Running 2 different variations. Shop our latest trends. And then you start having more video ads. Look at the top chino. How good do these look and feel? Come real pockets. Made from comfy stretchy material. Available in 10 colors. Inclusive sizing. So they're again hitting those USPs, the emotions, the sizing. Here's a great one where it's real pockets, flattering fit, 10 color options, comfy and stretchy. These are the way that you're able to quickly identify the problems that your target audience experience when buying, for example, pants, and you're highlighting all of those in the ad. And then we all know AG1, These guys are running ads all the time. You have your immune support. You have your carousel ad, contains your X, Y, and Z, all the benefits. Quickly how it works. One scoop, pour it in. It gives you all your daily nutrients and vitamins that you need. More carousel ads, more video content, review ads that build, again, that social proof. And then we get down to the user-generated content, which, again, I keep going and harping on. More creative, less production.
I finally claimed my AG1
This
welcome
one's so
kit.
easy.
I
They're
got
using the
30
TikTok
servings of
voice.
AG1 to support my whole body health, and also received plus 5 free AG1 travel packs, plus 1 year supply of free D3 plus K to drops, plus free canister, shaker, and scoop with 90-day money back guarantee. I regret not claiming it sooner. I finally claimed my AG1
So all of these different things are the extreme benefits on making sure that you are creating content at a high frequency, that you can test the effectiveness to maintain certain profitability. So then the next step to doing this is Google and Facebook ads. We're going to break into different campaign structures, different campaign goals, conversion goals, and tracking your ROAS in here so that you guys can see in this account we've spent $84,000 and generated $500,000. We have a total of 4.90 return on ad spend, 69 cent cost per click, $512,000 in add to cart value, and all of these success with these campaigns. So we're running top of the funnel, we're running retargeting, re-engagement ads, and we're running cost cap bidding on the majority of these campaigns. So this one, we have a $300 a day campaign. It's bringing us a ROAS of 4.0, 217 purchases with a $35 cost cap. If you look at the ROAS 4, we can actually get into AOV. We can see the cost per purchase of $23, $26, $31, $21, $19, $36, $22, so forth and so on. The AOV for this store is $130. Their margins are phenomenal, roughly 65%, so they have a lot of wiggle room. We are delivering at amazing profitability here. So the key is to set up both top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. Make sure all of the ad creatives, pick one of the 4 from the last step, in each of these. You want to have each ad different within each audience and ad set. As you can see, we've tested multiple creatives, multiple ad sets, some of the ROAS even getting 19. Now that is a small amount spent, $28. Valentine's Day sale. We actually just launched this last week, so it doesn't surprise me. Product carousel, 8.72. So we're just seeing amazing results here. Top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. The other thing we're incorporating is still lookalike audiences. We're running 1% lookalikes across add to cart, checkouts initiated, and purchases. We're running broad audiences for other campaigns. We're testing ad copy across all of them and different age groups. From there, we're also running Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, which is almost like a performance max campaign on Google, where they are running to both the Shopify store as well as the Facebook and Instagram shop, which we're seeing amazing results for across all of our clients. So finding the winning audiences, turning those into Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, absolutely crushing it on Facebook right now. All of this data is also cross-referenced to Triple Whale, which is also showing very similar results across both Facebook and Google. From here, we do run both broad, high volume campaigns as well as cost cap campaigns. We're managing those cost cap campaigns across a 7-day window to average out the cost per purchase based on the cost cap that we have set, which is $35 for this campaign. We're getting cost per purchase consistently at $31. This one is also a cost cap. We're getting those at $26, and then we have the sale offer at $23.99. So structuring your campaign correctly, making sure you're testing across all audiences, different creatives, different call to actions, and different copywriting is super important. I cannot stress that part enough. Now, this is another account. This is on the Google ad side of things. You can see we've been running this since January last year when they signed on with us. $250,000 in ad spend, $1 million conversion value. We've structured these campaigns to be super effective. We have 4 different campaigns running. We have a Performance Max campaign. We have a search with a target ROAS conversion value. We have a top of the funnel target ROAS campaign, and then another specific series of their products in this campaign. And you're seeing the conversion, the costs, and the conversion values: 4.66, 5.43, 4.27, 5.29. The conversion value, $500,000, $250,000, 35,000, 50,000. These campaigns have been so segmented to only show the products that are actually converting at the highest frequency, at the highest ROAS. These margins are actually way smaller than the other clients that I was just showing you on the Facebook ad side. So we need to be hyper aware of all of that information when we're running these campaigns. So much so that we're having weekly calls to ensure that revenue and costs are maintaining at a profit level. That's where I go back to the first part of this: is maintaining profits is the lifeblood of your e-com store. Going to another campaign, we have 3 campaigns running. You can see the cost: 356,000, 200,000, 17,000. The conversion rates: 2.15, 0.97, 1.37. The conversion values: 2.4 million, 1.1 million, and 40,000. We are getting a 6.64, 5.86, and 2.35 ROAS. This account is also skyrocketing. $800,000 spent, $4.72 million generated. These are the campaigns that then we keep turning the dial up and make sure that, based on knowing the finances, which is the last step of this if you keep watching, is going to be the lifeblood of your business. Now, the next step in making sure that your store skyrockets to 8 figures is Clavio and automation. And you can use other email senders, but we're just Clavio partners. We only work in Clavio. We're really good at Clavio, and results like this one is where it comes in. In the last 30 days, from January 15th to February 14th, there's been $185,000 in total store revenue, with 76,000 of that attributed to our Clavio. You can see that both the flows and campaigns are generating huge value. $52,000, almost $53,000 from flows, and we have $24,000 coming in from campaigns. Now, the key to all of this is making sure to remember that your campaigns, your flows, your ads, your creative, your Facebook, your Google, your offers, all of these are working cohesively together. It's the only way this works. You can't have them each as their individual channel. It needs to be an omni-channel mix that all of these things work together. So that's where that content calendar and that plan really comes into place, is making sure that when this is going off, so is this. When this offer is being ran, so is this. All of these work together so that you can generate almost $200,000 in 30 days, with 76% of that attributed to email. We're not even doing SMS with this brand, and they're absolutely crushing it based on their revenue numbers. And we also know, if you keep watching, we're going to get into our finance. We're going to get into our P&L that we use for our clients to make sure that we're always profitable for them. This $76,000 is like icing on the cake. So if you're not maximizing your email to be able to increase the lifetime value, these guys have an amazing lifetime value. People keep coming back for more. This is truly the key to understanding how it all works together.
So after you've got your emails, you've got your campaigns running, you have all your ads creative, it becomes a flywheel approach. It's really important to remember that throughout all of this, you're always analyzing the data, which ads are working, taking the insights from those and reapplying them to the next iteration of ads.
You want to have your evergreen content running at this time, at all times basically, and then you want to have all your offers and different sales running simultaneously at other times. All of this can be planned out. From there, it becomes kind of easier to create a content plan and making sure you're always analyzing the data. All right, so you guys have waited this whole time. You've gone through steps 1 through 7. The sun literally has shifted to the windows over here. I've been with you for a while now. I've been breaking down every single system and step that we use here to get brands to 8 figures. This can be done. You can do this, outlining all these steps for you. The last and questionably the most important step of all of this is the final step, which is the finances. And then I was on another call with a prospect learning about the margins of his product. And then I was on a podcast interview earlier today, again, talking about margins, lifetime value, average order value, variable cost, contribution margin, AMER, MER, all of these super crazy acronyms that are the lifeblood of your business. So this is the most important step in my mind, coming from more of the financial side of the business, which at the end of the day, if there's no cash flow, there's no business. If there's no positive cash flow, i.e. profit, then there's absolutely no scaling a business, because the business is consuming every dollar that you're making. So in this step, I'm going to show you guys our finance aspect of working with our clients that you can then take and utilize for your own business. Mind you, this is not like the standard P&L that we all get from our accountants or CPAs, all that finance side of things. We have a very dumbed down P&L that really just takes into consideration all of the variable costs in your OPEX, salaries, rent, etc. The things that you need to do to stay in business. So without further ado, let's hop into our growth mapping document, which is going to be multiple tabs. As you can see, I think there's like 15 or 20. The first step in identifying what's going to work for your business is going to look at the history of your store. Open up Shopify and just simply click on reports, average order value, and you'll be able to get this. This is a client of ours. These are accurate numbers. I'm going to show you all the way through a recap of everything we've already discussed and how it relates to the growth of your store. So 126.43, COGS, $30. Delivered, meaning from manufacturing, when the MOQ or whatever the quantity you're buying, that is cost of goods per unit delivered to you. So in this scenario, it's $30. We go into credit card fees. 2.99% is the average Shopify credit card fee. Merchant account fees, shipping cost, $5. Fulfillment cost per unit. You might be using a pick and pack company. If not, maybe this is $0. If it is, it could be higher. We have a couple of clients that are using pick and packs. It's roughly $4 to $5 per unit being shipped out, and which gives us our total cost of product to fulfill or deliver. That means it is not the amount of money that it's costing you to get your product. This is the total cost to deliver your product to a customer when it's sold, giving us a 32.27% gross profit margin of 67.73. So he's got pretty good business going here. From here, the cost per acquisition to break even on a platform without marketing costs, i.e. my team, is 65.64. The break even ROAS is 1.48. So when it comes to the planning associated with your business, it is vital to understand the cost per acquisition to break even. A lot of times we'll audit accounts, and if you have an AOV of $130, you think that if you're able to generate sales at $100, you have that much profit there. But what you're not taking into consideration, what the platforms definitely don't take into consideration, are all of the costs associated with delivering your product, fulfilling your product. So at a $126 average order value, we have an $85 break even, which means if we're trying to be profitable, well, then we must sell new customer purchases at less than $85. That is going to be the key. Now, if we deliver at $80, he makes $5. Is that worth it to anybody? Absolutely not. So from here, we shift over to our next tab. Now, all of this, as you can see, we have it set up, don't update. All of these are linked together. They update automatically based on that first tab, which is the first step in truly understanding the viability of scalability. Remember that. Is your business, do you have the viability to scale to the moon? From here, all of these, again, coming from the previous tab, we then get into 20% increase of that break even. So to deliver at a 20% margin of the break even, we need to get a 2.09 ROAS. You guys might be like, that sounds fantastic. Of course it is. 2.0, 2.10 is pretty sustainable. We can easily do that. But all of a sudden, if we have a $60 cost of goods with the still $126 AOV, you guys can see here, it's a huge difference. Now, all of a sudden, we need to break even at a 2.27. And in order to hit a 15% margin of the AOV, we need a 3.45, which then becomes challenging and becomes more of that value proposition that we talked about during the ad process, the ad creation process, the ideation behind all of this stuff. But let's go back because I want to show you guys actual accurate numbers. So COGS $30. So from here, we have this framework. We need to basically be delivering at over a 2.10x to scale these campaigns. Once we get in here, we have our planning spreadsheet that really breaks down a predictable revenue and profit pre-OpEx. So what I say to that is, if based on all the calculations, if we are at that 2.1, that means projected profit before operating expenses, which means salaries, rent, utilities, all of those things. We're taking all of the variable costs out of fulfilling the product. So at a 2.1, we're spending $20,000. He's making $42,000. Cost of goods account for $9,900. Gross profit being $32,000. But again, like I said earlier, a lot of you unfortunately don't take into consideration the variable expenses, meaning credit card fees would account for $1,200, shipping fees account for $1,600, fulfillment fee $664. Then all of the advertising spend, leaving you with $3,000 net pre-operating expenses. That doesn't sound great. So although we have this tab showing the 2.10, yes, as we can see here, it makes him money. But what if we go back to the target ROAS of 4? Now all of a sudden, we are spending $20,000, getting a 4x return on that, bringing the e-com revenue to $80,000. Sub out, again, all of the COGS, the cost of the product, bringing in at $19,000, leaving gross profit of $61,000, subbing out the $20,000 of spend plus all of the COGS, giving us projected profit before operating expenses of $28,687.84, which sounds way better than making $3,000. Bringing in $30K of profit per month with all of the variable costs removed is a nice chunk of change with $20K spend. So $20K to make $80 to profit $29. Now, what we also have in our spreadsheet is the actual MER. And for those who don't know, MER is the marketing efficiency ratio. It is the total amount of revenue divided by the amount of spend, giving us a 5.5. That is an actual number based on, over here, our MER tab, which we'll get into in just a minute. Again, average order value. Now we have an MER projected e-com revenue of $109,000. Now, actually, this isn't projected any longer because as I'm recording this, it's February 15th. January has already been closed out. He spent and made $83,000 gross, MER projected profit of $49,000. We take into all the consideration, and he's left with cash in hand of $55,000. Now, again, I go back to the importance of having something like this that outlines all of your numbers. All of the numbers are the most important part. You can have the best creative, you can have the best ads, the lowest CPM, the lowest cost per click, a high conversion rate. But if you don't have margin and account for all of your variable costs, your business is unfortunately not scalable. From here, we're able to go into a projection of, okay, so if we're maintaining at the 3.5x ROAS and you're spending $15,000, your net pre-OpEx is $21,000. And obviously this is scaling as the more we spend, obviously ROAS can dip down and we start to accommodate for these large numbers of scalability. And that's how we grow these brands to 10 figures in 18 months. Now from here, we want to look at the top level marketing P&L. This is what I was talking about, a dumbed down P&L, not one that your accountant sends to you, but a version in which we are all truly understanding your business on the macro and micro levels. So on the micro level, we've accounted for your products, your tissue paper, your boxes, your shipping costs, your fulfillment costs, your credit card fees, processing fees. All of these things have been taken into account. But to make sure that we truly have a happy client, and for you to make sure that you as the owner of this brand and business are happy, there are other costs. And so what we then do is we have all of these. Again, we're not updating them because these are the variable costs that we've already done on the first tab. The expenses become the number of employees. Average salary and benefits, we'll just say, is $65,000, giving us a total salary of $195,000 for the whole year. Advertising, we said we're spending roughly $20,000 to $50,000. We're putting in $200 here. Office supplies, $10,000. Monthly rent coming out to $15,600. Agency cost, giving him an EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, and appreciation, of over $250,000. And that, again, is like the profit. That's all of the profit coming in. So 1.5, obviously some of these numbers can be tweaked, changed, and that's where we need to be involved in the finances to understand which of these are we paying too much in salaries? Is there too much going to advertising right now? What is going on to account for the growth? Now from here, we go back to our marketing calendar, which is going to be super important. A marketing calendar is where we have everything planned out. And then on a daily basis, we are looking at understanding the MER. Now, right now we're at a 5.5, which means we are ready and primed to scale. We're waiting on inventory. It'll all be good. And you can see in January, our team is inputting these metrics on a daily basis because we know we have our break even. We know that at a 2.09 will not bring in enough positive cash flow to be able to turn the dial up and scale this business. So from a performance standpoint, the advertising needs to work super efficiently and effectively. As you can see, we average out the month at a 4 on Google, 4.75 on Facebook, $22,000 was spent. $121,000 was generated at a 4.45 MER. These are the numbers that make businesses grow and scale. From here, we go through, we're looking at all of the campaigns that we're running, and we're inputting this on a daily basis to ensure that our media buying is hitting the goals that have been set forth by us and the client to make sure that this client continues to stay with us. We continue to turn the dial up. As of right now, in February, with that dial turning up, we are already surpassing halfway through the month last month's revenue. So the spend has increased, the revenue has more than doubled, and we are still pacing at the exact same MER, meaning our client is spending double, but profiting double as well. So I urge you guys in this, in understanding all of these metrics, the finances, and making sure that email marketing, SMS, creative, Facebook ads, Google ads, Shopify, landing pages, offers, sales, holidays, bundles, all of these things are working together to make sure that you actually have a viable business, that you can turn up that dial to start making more profits that help you to spend more time with your family, more time with your wife, your kids, more vacations, a new car, whatever those things are, those things we all seek and yearn for, that as founders, we get lost in the shuffle of just trying to keep our head above water. These steps, these 8 steps, the finances are the key to understanding the holistic macro view of, is this business actually scalable? And those are the keys. Those truly are the keys. 8 figures, 18 months. We've done it. We continue to do it. We're going to continue to drive these results. So you've watched this entire video. You now understand the 8 steps to 8 figures and doing it profitably without being super stressed out about manufacturing, minimum order quantities, fulfillment, advertising costs, all of that. So you have 2 options here. You can take every single step that I've outlined in this video. You can watch this video over and over and over again. You can try to implement these steps on your own. It's taking us years to have the confidence that we can now rinse and repeat over and over again based on a certain criteria of clients, certain margins and products and etc. But the problem with you doing that is that you're the owner of the business. You are the owner of the brand. You shouldn't be watching me over and over again tell you how to do certain things. You should be home with your family eating dinner. You should be on the beach vacationing with your significant other. You should be focused on growing your business, building relationships, networking, enjoying what you enjoy to do. You should be basically doing everything other than Facebook, Google ads, inputting financial information into a Google sheet, planning out new creatives, talking to influencers to get them to promote your brand, because we all know those are challenging to work with because they all think they're worth $1 million. Those are the things that you should not be doing anymore. You need to be doing the things that you enjoy about your business, and more importantly, the things you enjoy in your life. Or option 2 is that you click the link down below and you schedule a discovery call with me or one of my team members. Because when we work together, what you're getting is a partnership, an extension, a marketing team for your business. We only take 2 clients on per month. That's because we're small, we're nimble, we're agile, and we only work with brands that we can turn the dial up on. We have 7 figures of salaries. Unless you have immense value in your product and your margins for you to create enough cash flow and or capital to support 7 figures in salaries, I don't know why you're watching this video anymore. Our systems have been put in place to do exactly what I've outlined today. We onboard. We have 6 to 7 calls during that onboarding process. We have reviews, approvals. You review and look at everything before it goes out. We script out all of the UGC content. We strategize all of the copywriting. We identify your target audience, your personas. We navigate the keywords needed to get your ads appearing on Google where they need to appear when people are searching for them. We know what levers to pull and when to pull them. We're also not going to tell you just to scale up your ads unless there's the data and results backing that information. The key to this is we're on a fixed retainer. We don't have any variable costs. We don't have percentage of ad spend. We don't do these things that will actually affect our clients' businesses. And the reason for that is because the higher the ad spend, if we were charging percentage, eventually it actually goes in the opposite direction where we end up costing you more money than you're making. So we have fixed retainers at different places where you are in your business. We have 3 packages: start, grow, scale. Those 3 are in place for all different types of business and where you are in terms of your revenue. We want to be able to help as many brands as possible implement these systems. What you get is a team on Slack ready to communicate with you. We have our calls, we have all of that, but we also have Slack channels for each client so that they can actually feel like they have the team. It doesn't have to be an email that we're going to call you back in a week to answer whatever that question was. You literally will have someone right there on Slack ready to answer the questions, or at least get the information necessary to get your questions answered. You get our growth mapping, where we broke down that entire sheet, all of those tabs where we're diving into your numbers during the onboarding process to establish what these metrics are that my team needs to hit. You get a live dashboard where you can log in and all of the platforms that you're advertising on, your Shopify store, your Clavio, everything is connected in one place for you to log into and see all of the results right then and there. So if you're interested in seeing how we can take your store from high 6 or 7 figures to 8 figures, click the link below, book a discovery call with one of my team members today or me, and we'll talk through your business. The first step is going to be learning about your variable costs associated with your product. We only work with direct-to-consumer stores. We do not work with drop shippers. We do not work with lead gen companies. We only work with Shopify direct-to-consumer brands, mostly that are founder-led, just people who are passionate about what they sell, who they sell to, and are trying to grow their businesses and stop just figuring it out. Because the opportunity cost of continuing to just figure it out might end up driving your business into the ground. Click the link in the description. We'd love to talk to you, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.